G'day folks, it's been a couple of weeks, so time for a bit of an aquaponic update. Just trying to focus on the grow bed here. But as you can see, there's the white cabbage butterflies around. So yeah, we're having a few issues with them at the moment. I've caught a number of them and fed them to the fish already. So a lot of these plants could have come out a while back. We've just been a little bit busy here. As you guys know, I was cleaning out the old man's engineering hoard along with Bianca, a nephew, and my sister was helping as well. So on the last day, the Friday, a couple of weeks back, I got bitten by a tick on the chest and didn't think anything of it. And it turns out that it has probably given me, it's called Queensland typhus. It's similar to Lyme disease in that it's a bacterial infection carried by ticks, and it has really knocked me for six. Yesterday I thought, you know, come downstairs, do up a video for you all, but I was seriously just absolutely stuffed, so that's why I'm doing it today. I am on antibiotics. I saw a doctor on Friday. I've had blood tests, waiting on results for them. Should get them by Wednesday next week, and we'll see what happens there. But he said generally it's something that passes by itself, so nothing to be too concerned about, generally speaking. But what it does give you is full body aches and pains. Oh, well, for me, it just gave me neck and shoulders and just lethargy. I have felt like my eyelids have been closing for the last 2 weeks by themselves, and yeah, just not feeling like doing much physically at all, and the brain fog that came with it. Just to give you some idea, I'm still working on the aquaponics videos and that. I'm writing scripts because I couldn't physically do much, and it took me about an hour to write a paragraph, which was an introduction to aquaponics for a talk I was supposed to be giving last week, but that whole thing was cancelled. Yeah, I just could not string two sentences together, and even today I'm feeling a little bit fuzzy as well. So yeah, hopefully I won't be rabbiting on too much. Basically what I'm doing with the bed, getting back to the bed, is I'm chopping off the stems just to make pulling the bases out a little bit easier. There is some usable broccoli heads on these, very small ones, such as this little fella here, a bit hard to see with the light in the background, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to pretty much all just compost them all, or give them to Jack. We'll see if Jack wants some. Jack, where are you, buddy? Do you want a munch? Do you want a munch? There you go. So it's not going to waste. Yeah, he really hoes into it. He loves the flowers the best. When we get them with the flowers. Other bits and pieces that are going on, we do have a couple of Crook family members. So I've been running my sister around, and Bianca's father is pretty crook as well. So we might have a couple of days where I can't do a lot, just running around in the future helping them. So we'll just wait and see what happens on that front. Hopefully all will fix itself up naturally. Just found a caterpillar, feed him to the fish, and he lasted all of 2 seconds. Yeah, so there may be a little bit of running around down the line, but you've got to help your family when you can. I think this amaranth can come out as well. Oh, it does have, I was hoping to get some seeds from it, but it was a pretty stringy looking plant, so I might just pull it. Doesn't have the biggest root section. So yeah, there may be a couple of weeks down the line where I might be preoccupied doing other bits and pieces, and other than that, things are pretty much all just going on as normal. Other than that, he says. So the other thing I've been doing this week is partaking in a YouTube training course put on by, I might just pull this one out, holus bolus, partaking in a YouTube training course put on by, I think they're called Changer Studios and Jelly, I think it's Jelly Roll, here in Australia for Australian creators, and that's been pretty interesting. Nat's What I Reckon is in the same group for anyone who follows Nat's cooking channel. He's another Australian. So yeah, it's been interesting learning about the ins and outs of becoming a YouTube creator. But yeah, it's interesting learning a few things here and there. And there's another caterpillar for the fish. Come on, fella. Oh, hang on, I'll show you this one. It's interesting. I don't know if the camera is picking this up. I might have to put a B-roll in at the end, but he's got little black dots on him. which means he's been stung by a parasitic wasp. And what's going to happen is they're going to emerge from him, the larvae, and they will pupate outside in little golden sacs. Then they'll fly off and go and infest other cabbage butterfly caterpillars. So something like that I might actually just leave laying around on the side of the bed, and yeah, we'll just let them hatch and do their thing. I won't feed this one to the fish. So just to give you a bit of a closer look, folks, that's the one I just popped down there. You can see the little black dots, and there's the larvae underneath this one, and it's still alive. It sticks around with the larvae, and yeah, it generally just stops them from going through to becoming butterflies later on. Just something that's very interesting. Nature taking care of a bit of an issue for us. Steve from Aquaponics was also going to do an aquaponics workshop, and that has been cancelled and pushed back to next year. So I'm very grateful that's actually been pushed back, because I hadn't had much prepared, and seriously, I just could not think straight through the week. So I had no opportunity really to get anything ready for him, and felt really bad, like I was letting the team down. But now it's been pushed back to just another caterpillar. Now it's been pushed back to January. I can work on something for that, and in the process the material I'm making will also be put to use elsewhere for YouTube as well. So I'm actually looking forward to present that conference. Not that cannabis is legal here in Australia, but what they're going, some of the natural farmers and natural growers will have ideas that we'll be able to use. And as far as I know, that will be a free to YouTube conference that Steve just puts on every year or so. Saw the clay out of there, and caterpillars. Just another quick update for you guys. Notice all the muck around Jack's face there and on the ground here. That's because someone has decided they like to eat water chestnuts. So just caught him again for the second time in here munching on water chestnuts. So the joys of having a puppy, hey, a big buffhead puppy. Yes, you're very cute. So yeah, gonna have to fix this up. Probably put a little bit of wire fencing over the top so he can't get into it to dig him out. Really should have harvested it ages ago anyway. This is one I just popped back in. Probably should collect a couple of these big ones and start off 2 more tubs and harvest what we can out of here anyway, because you really should only have 1 plant starting off every season in a tub, not multiple. But anyway, there's another little bit that he's chewed on. Did you do this? You did, didn't you? Yeah, you naughty little puppy. So the bed is pretty much all clean now, and the sun's gone away, which is good because I'm not supposed to be in the sun with the medication I'm on. But we're pretty much all ready to pop some of these plants in here. I actually have a couple of volunteers. I'd pulled a few out before. They were just amaranth seedlings, and we do have a little basil that's fallen, seeds fallen from our deck above, and yeah, it's just decided to germinate there. And of course we've got our green onions that really should be tidied up and harvested more often. We've just been using what's on the deck. So that other bed over there has protection from those little buggers, the cabbage butterflies. So that's where the brassicas in this collection of plants here will be going later. But this bed here that is exposed, I'll be popping in some lettuce. We just have a little ruffled like lettuce, pick and come again. And we have some cos lettuce, which you folks over in the States will know as a romaine. They're generally not affected by the caterpillars here, except for the cluster moth. Then we have these little sad looking bok choy, quite a few of these because we do go through a lot. And unfortunately the cabbage butterflies have already found them on the deck. Don't know if you can make it out there, but there's a little egg on that one. Just like to squish them, and there's a couple of little tiny caterpillars munching on leaves as well. Oh, look at that. There you go. There's a whole host of that white cabbage butterfly eggs on there. So just give them a squish. That's why these guys are going under the netting over there that I showed you before. Plus I will also be giving them a dipole treatment, which is a bacteria-based pesticide, Bacillus thuringiensis. You would have seen that in other videos that I posted to the channel. But anyway, we have 2 lots of them to go in there. Look at this, the cheek of the little bugger. I'll try and catch him in a minute. I also have a few other bits and pieces, just some marigolds, just to bring in some beneficials into the system. More out in this one here that's going to be exposed, and 1 or 2 will make it up into pots on the deck. And then I also bought a herb pack Just wasn't thinking straight because we already have the oregano and the basil. All I really wanted was the Italian parsley or flat leaf parsley and the sage. I could have bought them cheaper, but yeah, just haven't been thinking straight, so I grabbed a pack, and those guys there will be going in here as well. So I think I'll pop 3 marigolds along the front edge of the aquaponics system there. Over in this corner here, we'll put these parsley. So they can just go in there nicely. The basil will go somewhere else later. And I think I might put the sage in another grow bed later as well. So now on to the lettuce. Just while I'm planning these out, I thought I'd just let you know as well. I have stocked a few more things in my store. I have some filter socks like the ones shown that Owen uses in his aquaponics system. You can check out that clip there if you want to see a real kick-butt aquaponics system. So I'm stocking them now, and I'm also stocking some seaweed kelp powder. It's a flake that is really great at adding in some micro elements that may not be present in the aquaponics feed that we give, or the fish feed we give our fish, and also some other macro elements like potassium that fruiting plants in particular require a bit of. I mean, all plants require potassium for normal metabolic, basically day-to-day growing. But yeah, they do help when you've also got fruiting plants as well. So that's for sale in the store. And I'm also got infusinators from Rob from Bigelow Brook Farm to try out. I'm sure if things work out well, I might be getting some of them into Australia. Can't promise anything yet. Really great for deep water culture grow beds, and where you want to get the aeration in there. Basically a big spread the way that Rob's set them up. Words don't work well today, as I've explained, so go check out Rob's video on that. I've also got the Greenie Venturis. Pond Guru has an awesome video and review on that already, and I will be posting my own if you want to just check it out for now. I think the Grow Greenies, if all goes to plan, I might start importing for sale in the shop, because the current Venturi that I do sell requires extra fittings. These little jobbies have their own threaded fittings, just make it easier to people to connect to their aquaponic systems. But yeah, I do want to give them a good run through first before I decide whether that is a definite or not. And sorry it's taking so long, Rob and Gideon, to do those Venturi tests, but it's, yeah, I just been busy and not feeling all the best at the moment. I think I'm only going to get, oh no, I might squeeze the last 3 in here. I'll stop nattering on, hey? So there we go, that's the grow bed planted out. And as I mentioned before, this one over there, the white one, well, sorry for the jerky camera work. I'll worry about doing that later, because to tell you the truth, I'm buggered. So now I've brought you all up to speed, folks. I would like to thank you all for coming along and watching these videos, even if they're not that thrilling and riveting like today's. I'm sorry, but the spark just isn't there. I feel like utter crud. But yeah, I got a little bit of work on the system done. Quick update on the fish. We've had a little bit more territorial behaviour with the bully having a bit of a go at one fish in particular. So Bianca and I have devised a way to get him out of the system. So we'll be looking at doing that in the next week or so. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much all it. This video was just supposed to be for supporters, and I was going to plan a separate one repeating most of what we've covered in here while planning out the grow bed. But seriously, folks, I'm pretty much all shattered. I'll go up and edit this now, and hopefully you'll see it this weekend. And yeah, there you go. I would like to thank you folks who are supporting us on the various different platforms. Really do appreciate the support. And thank you to you folks who do come along every week and suss out the videos and say good day down below. But I will pretty much will leave it there. I do hope you're all well and happy, and your gardens and aquaponics are booming, and I'll catch you later. Cheers folks, and happy growing.